heard of the rapper Dax? Apparently he's known for being corny and worse. No, but like for real, that's what the video's called. This video's by Matty Balls, dude. Let's freaking get tapped in because I'm not familiar. Who's Dax?
Dax is a rapper, singer, and songwriter who is fairly successful with hundreds of millions of streams and a handful of awards. But if there's
hundreds of millions is more than a little successful, jeez.
His accolades, it's the fact that he is extremely corny.
Okay. Like the Joker, I see. I see.
You're insane. You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying, but...
Dax has grown to be a huge artist for many reasons, both good and bad, with the majority of people treating him as a meme. But not everyone sees Dax.
He dresses like the Joker often? Like more than one time? That's crazy.
That way. He does have, albeit
he's
small,
the Joker,
a
baby.
Strong core fan base.
8 million subs.
He's become so successful despite being known as a corny meme rapper, we have to dig a little deeper. I covered Dax about 2 years ago, but I think since then he's grown to another level. I was mostly speaking on his past and how he's kind of evolved, which I'm also going to rehash in this video. But after seeing the direction he's gone in since that video, I definitely had to step in and add more. Anyways, Dax is an artist who has been viral on short form platforms over the past few years for his corny music and strange marketing.
Hello? Why you act like a little ass bitch? Hello? Hello?
Whoa.
You can hear me, right?
I'm a tortured artist.
I gave you too many chances to understand that pain sounds different when it's coming from a man. I needed someone to take my mistakes. I didn't want my family to see me cry. You're insane. You're in pain.
Bro, what the fuck was that? Like a country song? I don't like it.
My bad.
This one's a little better.
I mean, look at this
It's
song
cringe,
about
though.
alcoholism, a very serious topic, with the caption, "Can anyone relate?"
Why didn't anybody tell me that alcohol was a drug? That who you are as a man is never enough.
But before he was making
Yeah, I think the DARE program came to my school and told me alcohol was a drug, but didn't stop me from getting addicted to it anyhow. But freaking, that was many years ago, dude. I'm sure that you're doing better now too, right? Because you're putting out all this music and makeup.
corny skits on TikTok and talking about alcoholism, Dax was first popping on YouTube. It all started back in 2016 when Dax dropped his first song on YouTube. Well, sort of.
Drake?
The song was called One Dance Spoken Word, and like it says in the title, it was more of a spoken word than a true rap song. Throughout
I'm
2016,
confused.
Dax continued to release more songs, spoken words, and also remixes of other songs, which did especially well. These included his renditions of songs like Designer's Timmy Turner, which he changed to Hilly Hilly Clinton, and Foster the People's Pumped Up Kicks, which he made a Hooper version of. But Dax really got his big break
Like
in
a baller?
2017 following the release of his song Cash Me Outside. The track was a play on the extremely popular Cash Me Outside girl Danielle Bergoli, and the
Classic,
song ended up getting
dude.
him 22
An absolute hood classic.
million views. Pretty quickly,
he was
Dax
doing, like,
noticed that,
parodies,
hey, I'm
kinda.
putting out these regular songs, but these songs that are remixes are doing way better. so I'm just gonna keep
Remixes.
doing that. He took full advantage of it, completely leaning into his strength. He continued doing goofy remixes with versions of songs like Look at Me by X, Mask Off by Future, and Shape of You by Ed Sheeran. And yes, you saw that right.
I'm
his
in
Look
love
at
with
Me
the
remix
shape
was
of
about getting
you.
cheated on. During his early career, he was also putting out his own music, like his own unique stuff, but that just wouldn't do nearly as well. And I think while there's a lot of negatives to point out about Dax's music, it's hard to say objectively it's all bad. And I know that's crazy.
Why do you hate it so much?
That's crazy to say. But I think Dax did have potential as an artist, especially if he was trying to make actual music and evolve and talk about things he
Actual
cared about.
music
But he
is hurtful.
decided to trend hack instead. Trend hacking is a new age term that you'll see people like myself doing, but it's where something is popular so you decide to hop on the trend, like making a video covering the news, or in Dax's case, making a song about the Cash Me Outside.
Trend hacking is one way to put it. I call it just doing the same thing as everyone else. You know, letting the corporations basically tell me what to do, like a little monkey dancing on their funny app for their amusement.
Girl. And he would continue to do this throughout his whole career. And around this time, his style of rap was in high demand.
Are you
in part
Superman
due
in
to
this
something
one?
else that was happening in the mid-2010s. This was the blow up of rappers like Lil Uzi, Yachty, Kodak, Cardi, Lil Pump, and a bunch of
The
other guys
goats.
in that
Put it
genre.
on my
These
wrist.
guys were putting out a
D-Rose.
different style of rap, which was not focused as much.
Dude, I had
on
that stuck in my head for no reason yesterday. I'm glad we're talking about Little Pump Jet Ski today.
lyrics, but giving more attention to the production, the vibes, the melodicness of the song. And you guys might remember, but there were quite a few people who did not like this style of music, eventually labeling it mumble rap.
That's what's wrong right now. Everybody trying to rap the same style with the. I don't
Bruh.
know who created it. If it was Future or Migos,
You're
but all them
old.
niggas sound the same.
Get over it, old man.
What do you think about where things
These
are
mumble
with the
crappers.
artists coming up? Well, and it's not all of them, because there's definitely rappers out here who spin bars. Like, it's not all the young kids.
Was
but
this
there
the
is-
Snoop Lion era? You had your own demons to worry about.
Lil Yachty, Lil Uzi Vert. They're like, yo, we're not rappers. We just we're artists. So
All right, let's get back to the subject at hand here, because I don't give a fuck about these mumble crappers. You know what I'm saying?
we're just rock stars.
I
we
didn't
call it.
Still
skip.
appealed to a handful
Also,
of
you see YouTube changed? Look at it, YouTube changed.
rap fans
I'm
who
scared.
wanted more lyricism
Change is
and
scary.
fast flows, which is why it succeeded. And Dax became one of this genre's fastest growing stars. As time went on, Dax's fan base continued to grow significantly. He got so popular that he even worked with
He's
bigger
hanging
names
out with
like
it.
OT Genesis, Futuristic,
Oh.
and Hobson. This was alongside the continued release of his remixes as well. With his understanding of the YouTube algorithm, Dax was able to use trends to his advantage and constantly go viral.
Or I can do what I gotta do to gain an audience, and once they come to my shit, they'll see that, oh man, this motherfucker is actually talented. So I'm like, hey, you know, this YouTube route is good. I don't want to be a YouTuber.
They're coming
but
to
I
your
can use
shit?
my skills to make songs and diss tracks on some of these guys to where the songs still sound like actual songs, but they're diss tracks at the same time.
His strategy was simple. Post
Whoa.
some trendy content which he knew would blow up, and immediately
He's on some Rap Devil MGK shit, dude. He's trying to make the best diss track that ever diss track.
after post some original songs in hopes of using the spotlight to grow his own brand.
After I put out a diss track, I'd throw one of my own songs in there.
I dissed my own self one time, and then I responded.
It's almost got 3 million views.
I'm laughing all the way to the bank and the therapist's
I mean, so
office.
that's like another, hit right there. So I would use different tactics in order to like prepare myself for the next jump, the next move, all that stuff.
Yeah, all
Around
right,
this time,
buddy.
Dax went on a bit of a hot streak with songs
Good
like
evening,
She
Gillian.
Cheated Again, Rap God Freestyle, Kill
Hey,
Shot
I'm beginning to feel like a rap god. And then he did the MGK part 2. He's literally just back and forth with himself. This guy, he could be a genius, a true revolutionary mind of our generation, or belong in a straitjacket. It's a fine line, dude. And it's, an artist's job to stay on the right side of that.
and more. With these songs racking
Just
in
kidding, it's
millions
not that
and
deep.
millions of views. In good old YouTube rap fashion, he also had some brief beefs and back and forths between people like him and KSI. His beef with KSI all started because KSI dissed him on a podcast.
I mean, I guess there's Dax, but like,
I didn't know him.
I guess.
but he's
Bloody hell, I
poor man's
suppose.
Hobson. And Hobson is a poor man's Eminem.
And
so
Eminem
why
is
would
a poor man's.
The poor man's Eminem, dude. How you gonna do Hobson like that? He's got contacts. He's doing his own crazy thing.
Kendrick.
and Eminem's a poor man's
I don't
Kendrick.
think
So
that, just so you
why
know.
would anyone want to listen to a poor man's poor man?
And I know calling Eminem a poor man's Kendrick is crazy. We get it. But as a result, the shots they took at each other during their beef grew Dax's following.
I'm learning about the rapper known as Dax, who's apparently a cornball, but also something worse.
Even
I don't know
further
what
and
the
got
worst
him more
part is,
attention.
though.
All of these views and all of this attention appeared to go to Dax's head, though, because in 2019 he stirred up some beef with a fellow YouTube rapper, which worsened the public's opinion on Dax. In January of 2019, a song called Four Horsemen with a YouTube rapper named Crypt, Dax, Rebecca, and Screw was released. The track was a hit among their fans.
For the
but
Horsemen.
little did they know that behind the scenes, Dax felt as if he was on a whole nother level compared to the guys on the song. He even went as far as adding a little sneak diss in the verse where he says, 3 people on a song with the GOAT. About a month later, Crypt exposed Dax for his verse's laziness and how fake he was behind others' backs. Especially
Rebecca's
with
pretty
Dax's real
popular.
thoughts
I don't
that
know
the
about
song
the
was
other
whack.
guys.
And the thing that irritates me the most is that he said he didn't like the song or believe in it at all. Even though when
Shit.
he's telling me in messages that it's fire and that it's legendary, he's excited for the video to drop, send me the song so I can put it in my drive, but then behind my back saying that he doesn't like the song at all, doesn't believe in it, the video and audio is not up to quality and all this other shit. It's like, bro, if you don't like the fucking song, tell me.
People weren't too
I
fond
am,
of the
just
guy who
way
seemed
later.
to be a motivational, nice guy, acting like this behind the scenes.
Through someone else's text messages that I didn't know you would see. To be clear, I think that's what was happening.
And people became much
I'm
more
taking the
critical of
piss.
Dax as well. They started honing in on cocky lines in his songs, like when he said, I promise I'm gonna be one of the biggest in about a year. I promise I'll win a Grammy. I promise I'll win an Oscar. But still, this was all just in the YouTube rap scene, which was relatively small with not a lot of involvement with mainstream artists. And the cockiness must have gone to Dax's head because he
The
felt
cock?
he could take a shot at Tory Lanez. It wasn't completely without reason though, since Tory tweeted out that he was the best rapper alive and that he would body anyone else out. Dax viewed this tweet as
Nice.
a challenge and in turn turn release his diss track.
I also
called
see
I'm
that
Not
as a
Joyner or
challenge.
Don Q. Honestly, this track sums up the YouTube rap era's energy pretty well, because Dax was criticizing Tory for not making music about anything of substance, and obviously this didn't sit right with Tory. So when he ended up running into Dax outside of a club, he pressed him, forcing him to apologize.
Come here, this shit, or this shit's not gonna end, my nigga. Or this shit's not gonna end. Apologize, bro. Apologize, bro. Or you know what's going on. Apologize, my nigga. Apologize, nigga. I got you, bro. Apologize, nigga. I got you, man. Say sorry, nigga. My bad for the Say sorry, nigga. Sorry, G. All right, bet.
This whole ordeal was obviously pretty embarrassing for Dax and left him with his pride
Nothing wrong with
hurt after
apologizing when you're
to
wrong.
Tory. Later on, they were both interviewed about the run-in.
And if someone's aggressive enough, I guess they could tell me when I'm wrong.
where Dax provided his side of the story.
So what was going through your head when he was like telling you to apologize? Because that must
This
have
is
felt
what
like
was going through my head. And I think
obviously, you're
that's the
not
best.
really sorry. So that's the
You know what
first
I mean?
important thing.
This is what's going through my head. I've always
Well, what
told
the
myself,
fuck?
like, I'm never gonna let social media make me make dumb decisions. You know, I had done getting hit in the club. I had already sprinted a half fucking marathon. The world wants me to be a big dude and be like, nah, fuck you. But I'll be like, you know what? I gotta go with my family and shit. I'm like, all right, bro, my bad. Say sorry, all right, bro, sorry. And then the shit was over.
Right.
Not encourage anybody in that situation to do the same thing. I'm
Genius.
Because at the end of the day, man, social media is convincing too many people to act tough when they don't need to. And the same people that are telling you to act tough are the same people who will be saying RIP.
All right. He's not sorry, turns out. What else?
The set price was not given. They intentionally told Dario to pay through PayPal friends and family, knowing he wouldn't be able to get purchase protection, wouldn't give the down payment back even though it was not specified that it was non-refundable, pressured him with saying his friends were wrong and that this may be the biggest feature he ever gets, refused to drive less than an hour
I'm guessing
to
he's
sign a
scamming someone
contract, which was
for a feature. That seems to be the case with a lot of artists. That's usually what happens in Instagram DMs. Just a roll of the dice here.
desperately needed
Is
at
that
this
what's
point,
happening?
and then tried to get Dario to pay $2,000 without a contract to sign a contract.
Basically, Dax just kept the guy's money and never delivered the feature. One fan commented,
Classic.
after Dax was on that track with Hobson,
Rapper
I
shit.
became a fan. I'm not going to lie, I wanted to dislike your video at first, but you won me over by the end. Dax is a bad person for real. I'm no longer a fan. And this isn't the only time this has happened. Dax also allegedly stole money from someone a few years ago, as claimed by some people on Reddit, with others backing up the claims as well with their own stories. I even saw someone on YouTube saying, I got a feature from Dax back in 2018. As an 18-year-old kid at the time, the rumors of him being a scam artist are true. He gave me a watered-down verse that didn't fit the vibe of the song, and it was noticeably a freestyle. I paid him just under 1K for 30 to 40 seconds of half-assed rapping. Dax's lofty goal of becoming a...
Yeah, I would just recommend that if you're paying for something like this from a rapper, just make sure you trust them, or just don't send it as friends and family. Send it as business, because that's what it is, and fucking don't get scammed. Easy peasy. Because then you can just charge it back if they fucking scam you and their PayPal or get deleted or whatever.
numbers. The reason is because, like we discussed earlier, Dax decided to trend hack yet again, making more melodic music that fit the time. He had a few songs where he jacked other rappers' styles, but this one was a pretty blatant Rod Wave copy.
Who? Imagine riding Rod Wave.
How'd you do this? We were supposed to live in perfect harmony.
Alright, I don't want to hear this. Don't tell me this copyrighted
He had
shit.
to keep doing things that only further cemented his corny nature to people outside of his fan base. Like in 2022 when he started doing the open verse
This
challenge
is
for his
awesome,
goofy song
actually.
Joker.
This is way better than scamming people for features, because no one's going to want a feature after they see this TikTok. What is going on with the hot sauce? My guy. Let me get him. Let me get a
This was
serving.
obviously very cringy.
He's laughing
leading
at me.
to a lot of funny duets and things like that. And the song itself just sounds like something a weird kid in class would make. And I mean, the rapping isn't even good. Dax has done some decent rapping before, but this song was just bad. Someone asked on Reddit why Dax
What up, CW? What up, Jack Ween? What up, Fun Run?
gets all this hate. And in response came a lot of answers. Has anyone mentioned he's corny yet? Very cheesy, lyrical, miracle, spiritual, individual type of rapper. Dude can rap his ass off, he's just too try-hard and sweaty. I looked at cover art for Joker
Bruh.
and listened to about 20 seconds of it and found out why he's corny. The thing is, Dax is all...
So they were saying he's the poor man's Hobson. I sort of understand that, I guess, if he's doing all the dressing up and going... Ba-ba-da, 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 ba-ba-da. But honestly, dude, if KSI is hating on you, maybe you're doing something right. Because, one, he knows who you are. Two, You seen what he puts out.
Was
the fuck
message.
does he know
So
about
he kept doing
good
it.
music?
Do you have depression? Don't worry, Dax has a song about it. Are you a man who struggles with mental health but feel like
Yes.
you can't talk about it to others because you're a man? Well,
Yes.
Dax has you covered. Are you a Christian who feels that the world is falling apart? Well, Dax has a song for you. Are you someone who
2 out of 3
is
ain't bad.
lonely and on a dirt road? I don't know, but Dax has a song about it. Are you an insecure man who thinks all women are out to get you? Dax has a song for you. Dax has multiple songs about all of these sub-niches of people who are either struggling with mental health,
Sounds kinda gay.
insecurity, addicted to something, basically just vulnerable people. And that is who he makes those songs for. Also, I
Hey,
didn't know where
yo.
this would fit into my
Hey,
video,
he's the
but
quietest
Dax
gamer
has
I've ever
or is
seen.
on a record label called
Doesn't ping
Records.
anybody.
Bruh. I'm just here in case you guys want to join. I'm streaming though.
I've just been in
label.
you the last
I just
20
thought that was
minutes.
amazing.
Didn't
Because of
ping
how
anybody.
all of these topics are
Fucking
super
man,
important
just
to
chilling.
these people who
Talking to
probably
the
feel
chat.
as if popular music doesn't speak to them, they become loyal fans. This
I am
man-
32 years old, and I have never felt so connected to an artist, dude. Bro's nipples were low-key going brazy with the backup dancers and all that. All right.
I'm confused.
Yeah, me too. I wish this guy the best. He didn't do nothing.
together.
He just dressed up like the Joker. Oh, God, there's Tom McDonald. Didn't get to that section, so maybe I have the wrong idea. I'm going to ask my buddy Brad if he knows who Dax is. Shout out Maddie Balls. This was an interesting deep dive into some guy I never heard of.